Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Tune Make Concern. We are back once again with another episode. Now, at first glance, you might already notice there's three screens on here instead of two. And that's because me and Steven, we have a special guest. Our very first special guest on the show. Everybody say hi to Joanne.
Hello.
The audience.
Also, they
Hi,
can't
Joanne.
tell if there's three screens if they're listening to the audio version.
Yeah,
if you're listening to the audio version, then what are you doing? Go watch the YouTube version. I actually did that in every
Look
single
at
one
our
of
pretty
the.
faces while we talk. What's wrong with you?
So, for context, I want to get this out of the way before we start the episode. But I have been working on my side of things, getting audio recordings of our episodes and putting them up on several different podcast platforms using a software called Anchor. And it is basically run by Spotify, but they're a podcast hosting platform that can distribute it to a bunch of other platforms, including Spotify, and the other ones that I have set up right now are Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. And I'll probably be getting it onto more in the future.
So if you go to the description in the this video, we're gonna put a link there so that you can go and watch it
or listen
to it.
Listen to it. But yeah,
just know, fair warning, if you are listening to the audio version, you're probably not getting the full experience.
But yeah, Steven has finally committed to his role of a producer. And I am extremely proud of him, as should you be, the viewer watching this. But yeah. All right, so more on our special guest, Juan.
Yeah.
Say hi to everyone.
I already did that, though. I already said hi.
This is our special segment dedicated to you.
Oh, thank you.
Just want to say, it wasn't Will and I who brought this guest on. It was just Will who brought the guest on. I had nothing to do with this.
No. What happened is, I was talking to a friend. Then I mentioned Will.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I haven't chatted him for so long. The last time he invited me to somewhere was to go watch the movies.
And that was back in high school. Like
that was after
right?
graduation.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. He's like, hey, you want to join us to watch this movie? And I'm like,
do you remember what movie it was?
I don't remember what movie it was. But that was the last time we chatted. Until recently, I take a look at your profile and mention you had a podcast. I'm like, oh, wow. Then I watched
Will's
one
profile
episode.
Literally says, I host a dumb podcast.
I mean, am I lying, though?
No, you're being entirely truthful.
Yeah. May I continue?
Yeah, it said I host a podcast. I'm like, oh, okay. I took a look at one episode. You said you guys will never have a guest. I'm here to change that.
And then you said,
he's here to prove us wrong.
So, Juan, my first question is, how did you turn yourself into a blue Pokemon-looking animal? Last time I saw you, you were human.
I don't know what happened. It must be you.
Wait, you're saying I did this?
Will's responsible. You're being called out, Will.
You really just said yourself we've never contacted.
Will gets exposed on To Whom It May Concern.
You also didn't notice that. That's not me. You didn't see my hand here.
Oh, I thought that was just someone else. I thought that was just your puppeteer or something.
He transferred his soul into the blue Pokemon and is now just possessing his old human form. That's exactly what is going on.
No.
He fell over.
You want to get back up? Or you need your puppeteer's help for that?
I'll try. I'm gonna fall down again. You know what? I'll just rest here.
Take a nap.
Just goes to sleep. So then we just have a 3-person podcast without the third person.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Steven and Juan.
Yeah.
Y'all know the Super Bowl, right?
No,
I forgot it exists.
Yeah, I knew it was a thing, but I don't pay attention to sports, so I don't know anything about it.
Same.
I don't even know what the teams were. So
yeah.
Right. Yeah, so it's basically football championship, and it happened last Sunday, which is about 2 days ago from the time we're recording. And the ending of it, I was watching it with my friends, and we saw the ending of it there was a penalty call that was 100% just incorrect, but it caused one team to entirely lose on that wrong play.
What's a penalty call? I don't know anything about football. I don't watch the sport nor play it.
Okay, so basically in sports, there are some things that you can't do because they're against the rules. And if you do those things, you get a penalty. And in football specifically, that happens to usually be a loss of yards. I only know this from college football, so I don't know if it's any different in the NFL.
So specifically with this case, there's two types of teams, offensive and defensive. And offensive, they have to get as close, they have to score a goal as fast as possible. So basically what happened was the penalty call was made on the defense, and it was a holding. And it was, as pointed out by a bunch of people, the call was just completely incorrect. But because it was against the defense, it allowed the offense to get an advantage to be able to score easier. That's just a general explanation without getting into the specifics of it. So after this, a bunch of people from both sides, from both teams, both fan bases of both teams, have called out the NFL for having the whole thing potentially rigged. And some people are saying that the entire game was scripted. They scripted the entire thing from the beginning.
I mean, at this point, looking at what professional sports, not necessarily football because I don't really watch football, but having heard things of, with professional sports having some scripted aspect to them, I feel like it could be a thing that people actually do.
And that's what after saying all that, that had me wondering, how possible would it be to actually script a full football game? To actually script it? How is that
possible? It would be entirely possible. It'd be a matter of how difficult it would be, because you'd have to basically get you'd have to get the coaches from both teams, the entirety of the players on both teams, all of the staff, and everyone, and probably even the film crew and the TV editors and the producers of the TV, airing the game on TV. All of those people you would have to convince to go along with it at the same time.
Yeah.
And getting people to agree on things is very, very difficult. So,
yeah.
Right. And it's also a thing where it's even if you get everyone on the same page, how would you be able to ensure that all of it goes off without
You're overlooking the big picture. Just let the referee do it. He'll make everything scripted.
I mean, they already do that.
Yeah.
So you're saying they don't script it in the conventional sense that they sit down and choreograph everything. You're saying that it's a thing where they let these two teams play normally, and then they get the referee to make the calls.
Yep.
I mean, that is probably what happens a lot of times, but in that case, that's just the referee trying to decide the game, like who's going to win.
Yeah.
We're talking about people claiming that they had like the scoring of each quarter already figured out of what each team were going to go, and like the referee can only do so much.
Yeah, because they pretty much are only able to call like the result of plays, like say where the ball is, and call like penalties and stuff like that. Like that makes it something else that you could think about is what if there was a team that was just so good against the team they were playing that the referees were literally just trying to sabotage them in every way by giving every advantage to the other team, and that team still managed to win.
Well, in that case, the referee just didn't go hard enough on the other team. And if they tried any harder, then people would definitely catch on. It would go beyond the shadow of a doubt by that point.
Scandals. Just get scandals.
Basically.
Yeah, this is nowhere near the first football scandal to ever happen. Like, there's the classic Tom Brady scandal where
So I just want to interrupt for a second. Balls. I just want to interrupt for a second and ask, who's Tom Brady?
Tom Brady, he's like a very, 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 very famous football player.
If he's that famous, it's funny I've never heard of him.
Well, you don't watch football, so of course you wouldn't know who he is. So, but that's still crazy. But not as crazy as you not watching Scooby-Doo. I'm never going to let that go. Like,
It's not even a fact of like I didn't know what it is. I just decided not to like pursue watching it. I just was not interested.
Yeah.
So I never really looked into it.
That's still like unacceptable, but I'm going to let that go because we're not even talking about Scooby-Doo right now. What do you think of that, Juan? What do you think of that?
I know very little of Tom Brady.
Okay.
I don't know what scandal he had.
So basically, here's what happened. The team he was playing for, the Patriots, they got accused of using deflated balls during the game, which gave them an advantage. And that was a whole big thing that blew up, and that's where the NFL kind of lost a lot of credibility by that point. The NFL, for those who don't know, National Football League. That's what we're talking about.
For those who have literally never heard of football in your life.
Well, football's only popular in the U.S., not really anywhere in the world.
I mean that's true.
To be fair, yeah.
Like,
but at the same time, I'm not sure how many international people are going to be watching, or at least not right now. Like, if we have any international viewers, go ahead and let us know in the comments. We'd love to have people from around the world watching us. So, I guess if we do have to explain it, we'll definitely. Yeah, when we refer to football, we're not talking about soccer, where it's like the round ball. We're talking about the American football.
They call it American football, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah, they do.
It's American something.
Most other countries refer to it as American football because in most other countries, football refers to what Americans call soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Football.
Football. All right. But back to the whole scripting thing. But if we're not talking about referees making calls in the favor of the other team, like, would it technically be possible to script it in the conventional sense that I mentioned earlier? Like, Steven says yes. So what do you think?
I said it would be possible theoretically, but
yeah,
realistically...
not really, like, easy, or it's near impossible, but it's like, yeah. I really love to imagine like the NFL having a writing room and like a script room, storyboards,
Yes.
I think what's extra funny is like for the specific case of the Super Bowl, before the games, they always have these videos that they play beforehand that's talking about like the players and like how they grew up and like where they came from and all that. And sometimes you notice that they tend to focus on someone in particular. During this game, they focused on the quarterback for one team. His name is Patrick Mahomes. They focused a lot on him. And then in the end, his team in the Super Bowl ended up winning. So, was there legit pre-planning involved? Because they focused a lot on him.
I think it's a bit of a stretch to say that just because,
it is a stretch, I will say.
Yeah, that just because one particular person from a team was focused on that, that means that their success in the game was scripted.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little bit of a stretch to go that far and say that.
Yeah.
The reason why I say that is because it's kind of a common tactic in singing competition type shows or talent shows where before there's some.
Oh yeah, that I know. For example, one example that I can think of right off is America's Got Talent. I think they're very scripted. And I think most reality TV shows like that,
they're
cooking shows, scripted, like that they market it as a competition, but all of it is really pre-planned.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. What were you gonna say, Juan?
No, I was just agreeing with him.
Yeah, it is all very scripted, and the people who end up going on to win it, or at the very least be close to winning it, that's the people that they dedicate whole videos to of a sob story of hard time growing up or whatever.
Exactly.
So I think with that logic, that just kind of triggered my mind to think they're focusing a lot on this guy and he ended up winning. I wonder if there's a correlation because at the end of the day, it's
I would say there definitely could be, but in something like for reality TV, you expect that. I don't think that it's something that's necessarily expected in sports.
Yeah. And I will say, I'm not saying this 100% seriously as trying to be conspiratorial. I'm just trying to be over the I'm saying is kind of over the top, but at the same time, I'm holding on to a little bit of sincerity where it's it could potentially be the case, but I have no evidence to back it up. So who am I? Really? Who am I?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Who?
Subscribe to the Who channel.
Yes. Watch all 5 of our episodes and only those 5 because that's the only 5 we have.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juan, have I ever shown you my Who videos, the videos on the Who channel?
The podcast?
No, not the podcast. I'm talking about the one where me and Steven made skit videos.
Oh, I have never seen your shorts.
Not shorts, but they're 5 to 6 minute videos.
Oh, I think I remember now. You did a vlog one time on a different channel. You showed me.
I guess you could consider it a vlog.
I wouldn't say that a vlog is you could call it that, yeah, but
But we had a bunch of edits on top of it to make it extra funny.
Yeah.
In your own definition of funny. Still, what was your most viewed video? Because I remember you showed it to me once in school.
I think it was I broke my friend's VR, almost killed.
Yeah, well, that was the first one. Yeah,
I think that was the one that was most popular.
Yeah, but you made a video of something with Dan Plan.
Dan Plan on crack.
You're talking about that. If you're talking about that, you're talking about my solo channel.
Yeah, your solo channel.
Where I made a video on Dan Plan where I just edited it to make it funny. or as Juan would say, funny in my own terms.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like my solo stuff. I'm talking more like the channel with me and Steve.
No, I fell down.
Oh no. Levitate or whatever your Pokemon powers allows you to do. It's amazing how you're able to look up stuff while facing away from the screen that you're looking at.
No.
Find your footing. You got this. Your puppeteer is there to help you.
No. Come on. You guys also need to talk since you're going audio. They can't see any of this.
I can't see any of this. I'm looking at something else right now.
Okay, alright.
You're not going to give context what happened?
Alright, so Juan, in his Pokemon form, was struggling to stand up, and his puppeteer, aka the person with human hands, had to adjust him and get him back on his feet. So, that's what happened with him. Alright.
Did you delete your channel, Pixel?
No. It's gonna be hard to look at my channel name because my channel name is like so common.
Found it.
There you go. Found it.
It's gonna be
just
so.
music.
It's gonna be really hard to find.
Oh no!
Found
Don't play
it.
my music. Do not play my music. Do not. I'm warning you. Like, please don't.
You'll be muted.
Yeah.
My speakers turn off.
It's,
like,
also for
anything.
your own sake. It's also for your own sake.
Like, you don't want anyone to find out this channel with your music?
No. No, I'm ashamed of it. Like, I'm actually ashamed of it.
Parental advisory explicit
Parental
content.
advisory.
It's just in front of your job.
Yeah.
It's the same word in every description. E. This one is on YouTube Music.
It's because I use instrumentals from other more popular songs, and they copyright claim them. So I don't own any of these songs. Technically, they copyright claim them.
Young boy never broke again.
Again, let's move on. Let's move on.
Okay. What else do you made in this?
Moving on.
What is this? That I'm moving my mouse to. You can see it well.
All right, we're moving on. We're going to ignore him. He can have his fun. Okay, so Steven.
Okay, I'll leave.
Yes.
All right, Steven and Juan. You know what day it is today, or at least maybe potentially.
I was reminded at work.
Yeah. What day is
it
it today?
Assume. I'm pretty sure today is Tuesday.
Here's a hint. He met a holiday. What do you see at Walmart?
I literally don't go to Walmart.
What day is it today? Outside of being a Tuesday.
It's the 14th of February.
And what
I
is
said
the 14th
holiday.
of February?
The only holiday I can think of in February is Valentine's Day.
And when is Valentine's Day?
I have no idea.
Nobody remembers. I don't even remember.
What's the two? You know what Valentine's Day is, and I'm asking you what today is.
So so today's probably Valentine's Day then.
How do you not know what Valentine's Day even is? Like, what day it even is? Like,
because I don't have anyone that I want to do anything with on Valentine's Day.
But you should at least be knowledgeable of what it is and what day it is. Like,
no.
Okay. the fact that he doesn't know what Valentine's Day is killed me because I was literally coughing or something. All right.
Yeah.
So Juan, how's your game of Plants vs. Zombies?
Good. I'm at level 3.
That's another thing too about our podcast. We always play, or at least Steven always plays some random game during the podcast.
Hey, Steven, want to play some Terraria?
I think he's in the middle of something right now. But yeah,
we can't continue the podcast without him. We have to make a cut.
No. We keep going. This is something that happens regularly. So we're gonna just move on to something else. Okay, so talk to us more about living as a Pokemon. Like, I imagine that's a very unusual life for someone like you.
Well, it just happened recently since I joined the call, so I don't know much.
So not only was this caused by me, but it also happened as soon as we made the call.
Yeah. Because it was caused by you. Turn me back, please.
I generally don't have any involvement. Like, if you want change, that's going to come within you.
You there? You there, Steven?
Yeah.
Want to play some Terraria?
I mean, maybe later, not right now.
Not right now. Why?
Steven,
because I have audio to balance.
Oh. What? You don't want to play a game in the middle?
Just abandons the podcast mid-episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Playing Plant vs. Zombies in the background.
Yeah.
Should I make a YouTube channel during this podcast?
I mean, whatever you want to do. I have no authority over you.
But for some reason you feel like you do over me.
Well, I mean, he's the special guest. We gotta treat him with some hospitality.
Hospitality.
I don't get treated with hospitality.
No, you get treated with no food and no water.
All right, sounds about right.
But I guess since you put our audio onto a lot of different platforms, that deserves a pay raise from 0% of the revenue to 1% of the revenue.
Yes.
you have received a raise from 0% to 1%.
Yeah, you guys are earning a lot of money through YouTube, huh? How's the ad revenue?
It's non-existent.
Yeah,
we don't have enough viewers for that yet.
We're talking about a revenue when we actually do earn. We are nowhere near the level to actually earn money as of right now.
Well, obviously, yeah.
I do want to point out that you can actually set up on Anchor for people to donate to the podcast, and you don't have to have a certain number of years for it.
Who wants to donate?
Right it's not money. I don't even question why. Yeah, that's amazing.
Also, if we can get 50 viewers on all the Anchor-supported platforms, we can start doing ads for Anchor and earn money from that.
Oh, wow. So we're really going to have sponsored segments.
Yeah. We have to get 50 viewers first, though.
Yeah, help Will pay off his college debt.
Yeah, help college boy. We're gonna title this video "Help College Boy Pay."
No.
Then you have no soul.
No, the title of this video is this scripted with a question mark. That's more YouTube.
This entire episode was scripted. I have the entire page.
Oh crap! I have to go right now. Crap.
Okay. All right, and our special guest has left.
Thank you for tuning in for the first half of the episode. For the second half of the episode, we will be speedrunning some random topics.
Well, speedrunning is probably not the right word because I kind of only have 2 more. So.
Oh.
So yeah. So
well, before we get started, one thing
let's get water break.
One thing that I want to point out is you probably have noticed the difference, but I got a different camera, which is
go ahead and talk about that.
Which is probably worse than the last one I had. It records in a higher resolution, but also a lower frame rate, and it has like 3 times the field of view, which is why you can see a lot more stuff behind me.
Well, hey, as long as we don't get any more of that glitchy thing from before.
Oh yeah, time to shoot my camera with a Nerf dart, so it'll start glitching again.
And that, kids, is how you waste the money.
This cost me like $20.
That's still wasting money if you shoot it with a Nerf bullet. Oh yeah, that reminds me of a side story. So I returned home over the weekend, and that's I'm gonna use this to transition into another topic. I came home over the weekend, and my dad told me that he had to use one of my Nerf guns to shoot down a bat that was in the church.
Did he actually try to do that?
Yeah, and it worked. It worked too. He used the Nerf gun that I used in the first episode on the Who channel, the one that had automatic thing.
The automatic.
He had to use, the one that was in the first episode of the Who channel that is linked down in the description if you want to watch it and if you want to be cool. He had to use that to shoot down the bat, and it worked. And speaking of me arriving home, I wanted to go ahead and talk about our short that we made while I was back home, that me and Steven made together, that got over 1,000 views.
In like an hour.
Yeah.
It did not take long at all to get a bunch of views.
And it was a short. So we're going to talk about this because I think I've mentioned several times before how shorts,
I just remember the way we found out about it was like we made it and he uploaded it, and then we were obviously just like not really looking at it because we were like, oh yeah, we know nobody watches our stuff, and so like he like pulled it up to show it to someone a little bit later, and he was like, look at the like count, and then we saw how many views it had.
You know what that was funny about it too?
What?
You know how YouTube now hides the dislike?
Yeah.
I went onto YouTube, like Creative Studio, and I looked at the like ratio. You want to know how many dislikes we got?
How many?
11.
Sounds about right.
So we got people who watched it. It was like a 66% ratio. Like 66% people liked it, and then we had 33% people who thought, this is trash. Why does this exist?
We need to raise that percentage.
For more likes or more dislikes?
We gotta raise the percentage of people that don't like it. We're supposed to be making people cringe here.
That's what you want for your channel. Fine, but I mean, I guess as long as people watch, it doesn't even matter what the like to dislike ratio is. Because, like, first off, people can't even see the dislike count no more. Like,
yeah.
And second of all, like, I'd much prefer we have fans who like us than people who don't like us. Because regardless if people watch or not, like, if people don't like us, then we're not going to be put into the... Well, okay, hold on. I was about to say we weren't going to be put into the algorithm, but that's contradictory to what I said before in a different episode. To what I said, it doesn't matter if you hate watching something, it'll still be entered into the algorithm.
Yeah, because it depends on how much like attention it gets. And if a lot of people are watching it, then even more people are going to watch it because the algorithm is going to pick up on it.
Right. But yeah, on that YouTube short though, that got 1,000 views. that got me thinking, and me and Steven thinking. I think this is the first thing he said. He said, "Will, go home and make shorts now."
I did.
On
As soon as we saw that, I was like, "Will, you have to start making shorts content."
And I'm sure before this episode even comes out, I'll have a couple on. It just depends on how long it takes for me to learn this new video editing software I'm using right now to try to get that out there. But yeah, hopefully before this episode, we'll have that on. And we did get a couple of new subscribers. I think right now we're at 15.
Let's go. We're growing this subscriber base one insignificant person at a time.
Right now on my calendar, I have a goal that's like get to make a certain channel to 25 subscribers. That's my first subscriber goal.
When are we supposed to do that?
That's who knows in the future, obviously. Like
no, in the past.
Our way. Build our channel, get to 25. That's my first goal. Getting to 25 subscribers. And then, after that, it'll be 50, and then after that, 100, and it's going to keep going and going and going and going until eventually we overtake Mr. Beast and we're the most subscribed channel on YouTube.
Yes, because that's definitely going to happen.
That's how things work. Things can only get up from here. They can only go up from here. Why do you look like you're disagreeing? That look you gave was like, let him dream for a little longer, but eventually he's going to learn.
Eventually he's going to learn the harsh reality of how the internet works.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to other things. Steven.
Yes.
I have a question.
And what is your question, Will?
Are people getting stupider, or are we just growing up?
I'm pretty sure it's both.
That's a good answer, actually. Because I've thought to myself before, just like when thinking, I've thought about how a bunch of people, and I don't want to sound like that dude, but people my generation, they're not the smartest. Let's say that.
No, yeah, we know that that our generation is definitely of a lower tier,
and it just seems like I'm seeing more and more stupid stuff, and seeing people being more and more stupid, and it just has me thinking, are people like actually like objectively getting stupider? Or am I just growing up and I'm just getting smarter and I'm able to recognize?
I feel like it's a combination of both. Like at the same, like on one side of it, like we do grow up, and as we do, we like see things differently, and you know, stuff that seemed normal back then may seem very dumb now. But at the same time, people are probably getting a lot stupider.
Yeah, because there's this compilation on YouTube and TikTok where it's like the dumbest TikTok trends to ever exist. And it's just a bunch of challenges where they're not even like quirky or interesting. They're literally, some of them are literally just commit crimes and like have that be a challenge. And some of them are literally like injure yourself in some way. Like I don't have a specific memory off the top of my head, but it's like stuff like burn your hand or staple your eyebrow or something.
But why?
It's all for that TikTok clout. All for that TikTok.
But
challenge.
Like, who you have to realize for this stuff to become like trendy, somebody had to popularize it. Who? Like, what crazy person decided that it would be a good idea to try and popularize stuff like that?
Like, it's not even a trend. It's more like challenges that people still go with. That people still. One example that I can remember is someone took taking a nail file and literally filing your teeth.
That's just, yeah. So after hearing that, I can say that people definitely are getting stupider.
And there's also a I've seen photos of this before where someone will send someone who's a grown adult like a math equation that has like a radical symbol or something like that, and they'll just be like, "Why is there a Nike symbol in the math equation?"
Okay. I take issue with that statement because the Nike symbol looks nothing like a radical symbol. Okay.
It looks vaguely like a check mark.
It's like a curved check mark. It's like those quick check marks that teachers make, like, you know, when you're going down the paper and you're just like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It's like that kind of check mark.
Yeah.
It doesn't look anything like a radical.
But that's what I saw before. That's what I've seen before. And it's like, yeah, people are just not going to school anymore.
No, yeah, that's...
Maybe we do need school.
Society is doomed.
Like, the school system has issues, like a ton of issues. But at the same time, people should definitely still go. Because obviously, whoever that was that says, "Why is there a Nike symbol in the math equation?" Who is a grown adult. It's like, either the school system immensely failed her, or it was just a case of just not going to school at all.
I mean, I think the school system is a pretty big failure, but, like, I don't think it's that bad.
Like, it really just has to do with, like, outdated teaching and, like, teachers getting really, really low pay.
Yeah.
Like, issues like that.
Which teachers, like, in my personal opinion, teachers deserve more pay, because you have to realize, like, the kind of stuff that they have to deal with.
Yeah.
While still trying to, like, you know, teach productive lessons. And I'm not saying that the lessons that they teach are necessarily useful, but that's also not their fault, because the school system tells them what they have to teach. And,
right.
And at the same time, they have to put up with, you know, kids every day for multiple hours. So, like, the amount of pay that they get for having to do that, it's just, it's way off.
Yeah, it really is. Oh,
I'm back.
He's back. He's back.
I'm back.
He's back just in time to hear the end of the episode.
What?
We have one more.
Okay, well, you have
cut
to speed
that all out.
Okay, so Steven.
Yes.
Yes.
So YouTube, the comment section is where a lot of people, if not all people, go to when after watching a video or even during watching a video. And we're all familiar with hate comments, right?
Yes.
Yes. And it's something that a lot of people always talk about. It's like, oh, hate comments and everything. However, one thing that I've seen not a lot of people talk about before, that's becoming more and more of a trend as over the years I've noticed, is in the replies to like top comments, you will always find someone trying to start an argument.
Yes. That is a thing that happens.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I have seen like people make entire videos about like there was this one person who said something in the comments, and then another person comes in and like contradicts them, and then like a whole argument gets started in the YouTube comments.
Yeah. And it's something that I'm very fascinated about. And it's like, this has to say something about how we've just become a lot more combative over the years.
It's just because people aren't allowed to have an opinion on the internet anymore.
Yeah, that's really what it is at this point. That's what it really is. are not allowed to have an opinion on anything. And if you say something that's not 100 and 500% right, then you get absolutely flamed for it by someone.
I'm sorry to interrupt about this. I know we're discussing about the reply section of YouTube. But, Will, you did not put Steven's channel on the podcast channel?
My channel is a graveyard.
I mean, I don't put my channel on the podcast channel either. I just kind of like...
I didn't ask to have my channel on the podcast channel because...
But you did a community post that leads to his channel.
That's because the...
Yeah, that's because we were streaming the Mario Kart thing.
And it was initially going to be put on my channel, but
the Who
it didn't
channel
work out, so we had to go onto his channel.
Yeah. Well, it's because the Who channel wasn't allowing us to do the live stream, so I had to do the live stream from my channel. That's why we did that.
Yeah.
Man, I need to talk to you more, Steven. I take a look at this and I'm like, I'm playing the same games as you play. What the crap?
You gotta realize that most of the stuff that's on there is either from years ago or isn't relevant or both or, like I said, my channel's a graveyard. It doesn't have hardly any content on it.
Like, you play modded Minecraft?
Occasionally. Not very often.
We gotta join. You play Splatoon 3? Dude, we're looking for someone to play with Splatoon.
I mean, I'll play that with you. That's one of my favorite games.
Yeah, let's play it.
Y'all two are gonna start a podcast, and y'all are gonna leave me behind.
we're gonna have the To What It May Concern podcast.
I'm getting scared now. I don't like this.
You play Mario Kart Wii? Dude, just Mario Wii and we'll do CTV.
My Wii's already modded, man.
We gotta play online Mario Kart Wii.
I will, but we have a podcast to record right now. I will get back to you on that, though.
Send me a friend request on Discord. I'll send you a friend link on the Switch.
Okay, and with that said, thank you everyone for watching. Steven has to leave to go to work now, so we're gonna have to cut the episode a bit short. I have to leave
to go to class, so we're gonna end this. So, anything you want to say to the people?
I made a new